Welcome back, everyone. So in today's video, I would like to focus on a little bit on what I actually said to you last week, which it was touching the cash flow quadrant by the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. And today I'm really not going to touch into something that I already talked about, but I like to focus on the aftermath of that and why in the first place Robert Kiyosaki talked about how to create your money, and then the 4 different ways, the cash flow quadrant that is of building your money. So stay tuned, because I'm going to touch to you where have we come from what we used to pay back in the 80s to what we're paying now in 2022 at the shooting of this video. All right, so something very, very unique we're experiencing right now here in the United States. We're actually experiencing inflation. And what does inflation mean? Well, every year we try to minimize, as a country that is, we try to minimize the inflation to be no more above than 2%. This year, 2022, during March, April, May, June, which is now right now at the shooting of this video, we're seeing it at 8.5%. Imagine that. Something that used to cost you $100 just last year, on average, is costing you $8 more, $108 more. But that is really not entirely true, because you go buy a tank of gasoline right now. Last year was on average at $3.40. Today in California, we're seeing it at an average of $6 a gallon. That is insane. It's just insane just to think about how expensive gasoline has gotten over the past couple of months, in just a few months. And actually, I was just looking at a video that gasoline in Los Angeles, in LA County, you go to a gas station, the gasoline, the tank, the price for gas is $8. That is insane. But on average here in the country, it's roughly $4. But I want to show you something. I want to show you a chart, because this is very interesting. And I'm going to focus on what we used to pay back in 1990. But take a look at this. Back in 1990, a 4-year college tuition would cost you anywhere from $30,000, $30,408. Now you fast forward to 2021, you're paying on average of $103,000 for a 4-year degree. To think about that is just insane, because that is on average of $73,000 more for a 4-year degree from what you used to pay back in 1990s to 2021. Now let's look at the next one. The average of a home price on average on 1990 was $101,000. Now it's costing you $408,000. This is on average here, like I said, in the country of the United States. But here in California, in the state of California, the sunshine, beautiful state of California, home prices are on average of $600,000, perhaps even more, maybe $700,000. You go south to San Diego, California, on average, you're gonna find them $800,000. You go to LA County, $800,000. You go San Francisco, you're gonna pay on average $1 million, depending on the area. But it's just how crazy prices have risen over the past just few months. And part of that is because of all the money that was printed. Money that was printed that has really nothing that's backing it up. Meaning it's not backed by gold or any of that. It was just printing money. So when you give somebody a piece of paper and they exchange it for a service or a good, when you have too much of it, it's gonna cause the inflation, which is what we're seeing now. So now let's look at the next one. Gasoline, $1.12 back in 1990. 2021, $3.40. Again, this is 2021. Forget about 2022, because right now gasoline prices are through the roof. On average right now, we're seeing them anywhere from $4 to $5. Again, here in California, I just filled up my tank this morning and it cost me $150 to fill up my tank for 20 gallons of gasoline. So you do the math, it's almost $6 a gallon that we're seeing. So again, 1990, 2021, you can see the disparity in prices there. Let's look at the next one. Okay, a child. That's right. A child on average from 0 to 18 years old, back in 1990 will cost you $120,000 just to raise the child. Now it has double. It has more than double, $233,000. And that is obviously because prices have gone up. The cost for childcare has risen. Obviously, you got to take them to school. You got to buy them clothing. You got to feed them. Everything has just gone up through the roof. Now let's look at the last one. On average, for a brand new car, you would pay $9,432. 2021, $45,000 for a brand new car. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, this is the effect. This is the effect of where we are now, and it's just a sign, and it's going to dictate to where we're going to be heading next, because there is no way that our economy can be sustained at this level of magnitude of how much more people are paying for a service or good. It's called inflation. It's a word that we've used over and over and over during this past couple of months, but really understanding how that works and what's the cause of that really gives you an eye-opening and an understanding of why it's happening, why we're seeing what we're seeing right now. And then again, a lot of it has to do because of all the money that was printed from 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic all the way up until last year. So when you print too much of something, when you have too much money in this case, of course the dollar is going to devalue. In reality, a dollar is just a piece of paper. It's almost like a fiat. You're putting a value on it, but it's really not backed by anything. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by a real asset, like a piece of real estate that is a hard, tangible asset. It's just a piece of paper that we have put the value in it. If you get $100 bill, you count it as a $100 bill. Why? Because the government is saying that is what it's worth. So therefore, you can go and do a service. You can exchange it for a good. Again, too much money being printed is what has really caused prices gone up the way that they have over this past couple of months. So just to wrap up the video, on average, the American individual is making, that is the middle class, they're making anywhere from $54,000 to $72,000, I believe is the numbers, just roughly on average, $54,000 to $72,000. Now this person, if it's a married couple with 4 kids, again, you gotta keep in consideration when making a house purchase, when you're getting into some type of debt, which I don't recommend getting into a car debt or any type of debt for that matter. Is an investment type of debt, then that is a different story. But I'm not here to tell you what you're out to do and what you shouldn't be doing. But my point is that you got the middle class family who get into credit card debts, they get into car debt, they get into mortgage debt. And so when you add them all up, right now on average, the mortgage rate, the average mortgage payment is anywhere from $2,500 to $3,000 here in the state of California. So collectibles, collectible cars, that is. So really understanding how you're going to put your money out to the side. It's really your responsibility as an adult, because if you're a father, if you're a mother, even if you're single, you're still the CEO of your own personal finance. And it's really your responsibility to understand how you will be allocating that money. That gives you the discipline to really understand when you do have the extra money coming in, hitting into your bank account, how you're going to put it to work. Why? Because you understand the basics. You understand the importance of how you need to budget. Again, no more than 40% of your income should be going to your housing. And once again, one of the things that Robert Kiyosaki likes to talk about in the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, is that the average middle class person believe that having a car payment, they put that on their asset column when it's really a liability column, right? For a house as well, it is really a liability. Yes, you do have equity, but essentially if that equity is just sitting dead, not putting it to work, and you all of a sudden, husband passes away, mother passes away, the child passes away, which it could happen. It's very sad, but it could happen. What am I going to do in place? What do I have sitting in place that's going to get me through this rough times so that I can ride the wave and I can get past this? Because most likely, if one of the couples passes away, you're going to have half of the income, if not majority of the income or part of the income being taken off if this was to happen. So really understanding that it's very, very, very essential. And I'd like to touch one topic really quick, if I may. Having life insurance, super, super, super crucial. Now you might say, well, are you trying to sell me life insurance? Are you trying to give me some tips so that we can go buy life insurance? Absolutely not. But that is essential. That is the foundation of when you're having a family, when you have a house, to really understand where this money is going to come from in the event that something does happen to you or any of your family members. With that being said, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. All of our social media is going to be down below. Please feel free to follow, share this video, because I believe that it's very, very important to understand what is about to happen in our economy. And if you like to invest your money, if you like to, buy some real estate, however you decide to put your money, but you're very responsible, right? Then we're like-minded. We have something in connection, and so I really want to reach the audience so that therefore we can connect, so that we can therefore add value to each other. Please let me know if there's any questions that you may have, anything that you may want me to research on. I may not know at all, but I can guarantee you that I do understand where this current market is sitting at and where we're going to be heading this next couple of months. With that being said, thank you so guys for watching. Make sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you guys in the next one.